I am on 27th of December, day after Boxing Day, at the Fremantle Yacht Club. I'm going out on a Bavaria 42 for a day sail. I'm going over to Garden Island, or possibly Karnak Island. I'd been out there before actually on a 32-foot ketch. I'm just waiting for the skipper now to come back to the clubhouse, so we'll grab our bags and we'll then go to wherever the pen is. I don't know where the pen is. Oh, there is my two buddies there, the skipper and John, and they got a trolley with beers. So, most importantly, this is the Bavaria 42. This is Brian's yacht that we're going. Jetties here. As you walk down, it gets thinner and thinner, and you're going to start being aware of your footing. And they move. These little walkways, they actually move as you're walking down. And there's not a lot of room, so you've got to be sure of foot. They're dragons. The life raft on the deck there. We're now preparing the sails, getting the sail covers off. This Bavaria 42 is a similar size to the yacht that I'm thinking of buying. It may be a Bavaria, it may be a Dufour or a Beneteau. I don't know yet, assuming that I go with the Mono. That's the inside of the Bavaria. So anyway, it will be a similar size to this, although I'm thinking a 36 to 40 rather than 42. And we're now getting ready to prepare the boat for casting off. They say you should pay a great deal of attention to when you're casting off and mooring, and this is a good example of how things can go wrong. I'm releasing the bow line now, but you'll see there is a black line that actually connects the starboard bow and the port bow, and I hadn't realised the black line had caught around the anchor at the just on the bow there, and you can maybe be able to see it, and it's stopping it from actually reversing. So, boy, do you need to pay attention to these things. Fortunately, it wasn't a major drama. I was able to get down and unhook it around the anchor, but it could have been a more serious case, but it wasn't. We got that clear and managed to reverse without any incident. Bow clear. So that was the first mishap. Now we're heading to the fuel depot to get some fuel on board, and we'll encounter another misstep again, involving a case of mooring, and it really is, as I said earlier, it really is a question of making sure that you're prepared for every eventuality. And in this particular case, I was not aware that I needed a bow line at the bow, in order to tie the bow to the jetty at the fuel depot. I assumed that there would be a shoreline, as there has been in just about every other case when I've been sailing. So I had no bow line at the bow, and I stayed at the bow. And so there's the fuel depot there that I'm pointing to. So we're coming round now to, so that because of the windage, we really wanted let me see if I can say this now. We wanted the windward side of the boat against the jetty, so that the wind's always pushing us off rather than pushing us on. And as we come round, trying to get this right requires a certain level of skill that John's at the helm, under motor, bringing her around, but I'm at the bow, and you can't see yet, but there are no lines on the fuel depot jetty there. So what am I to do? I had no idea. So anyway, what happened, things didn't work out as they were supposed to, and although we got a fender down there, and we tried to hold the boat onto the jetty, I tried, and Brian tried, it didn't work. As I said, we were windward, so the wind was actually pushing us off, and that's the idea. But so we went around, and this time as we went around, we had a bow line set up.
Don't have any line up here. Tie that into so someone will have to throw this to me.
So now we're coming round for our second attempt, and you'll notice that a kind soul, as you can see him walking along the jetty there, is offering to help. So I was able to throw him the bow line rather than try and lasso one of the posts, which I wasn't very confident of being able to do. So he's very kindly assisting there.
Thank you very much.
And
Good man.
We've got the bow on. Now a third thing that goes wrong here is that the line that I was using, I hadn't realised, is too short. The reason why it's too short is we want the bow out quite a way in order to allow the stern to come further in to the, there you go, you can see how far out the bow is. Well, because it is that far out, the line I felt was not long enough, and I was not confident with the actual knot that was put in there. I was certainly not confident. I expressed my concern about that. But we had to have the bow around in order to bring the stern in order for the line from the fuel line, from the petrol or fuel, diesel the dispenser, to reach to the filler.
I'm now at the bow, I'm going to be filled up, and we're now ready to cast off and get underway. I'll just have to chop. You want the bow line off? Okay, clear.
Now we're underway, and hopefully we will be sailing very soon, as soon as we get out of this area. We've had 2 mishaps, or 3 if we include the electronic chart that for some reason wasn't working very well. When we were zooming in, we would lose the page, and when we retrieved the page, it went back to a scale that was not giving us the buoyage and indicators that we wanted to see. So that needs to get checked out. But we encountered yet another problem, and that was when we were putting up the mainsail, we decided that we'd put one reef in the mainsail, more for the comfort of the ladies, just so that it wouldn't be heeling too much. It was quite gusty, as you can see, but we could not, for some reason, pull the reef line in, and we could not see where there was a blockage until we looked along the boom where the reef line goes into the boom, and we could, well, I spotted a tie, basically just a sail tie, which had got caught inside the track groove for the reef line, and so the reef line was jammed. We couldn't do anything with it, so Brian went down, got some pliers and some tools, and we eventually cleared it by cutting it. More adventures to come. Watch this space.